Mini episode 1546 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1546, our preview of Yellowstone episode 5.3. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our top 5 notes of interest heading into the third episode of the 5th season. Number 5, another tragedy for Casey and Monica. One of the great challenges with a series like this is not to keep revisiting the same themes, and Casey's family has suffered quite a bit over time. But this is the biggest loss by far, the loss of their baby in Monica's car accident as she was on her way to give birth. You get drawn into feeling very badly for this family, as is appropriate, until you realize that the writers are kind of breaking kayfabe by continuously having horrible things happen to them as though that's just their part on this show, to absorb mountains of crap. It would be refreshing to see this story play out differently than their previous tales of woe. Number 4. On the other hand, very good nuance with Jamie. The storytelling with Jamie is chef's kiss right about now, as he is angry and seething about being under Beth's thumb, but the advice that he's giving John about not unilaterally using his new powers as governor to break contracts and revoke permits left and right, while it goes against what John wants to do as governor, is also probably the smart thing to do legally. Plus, as Jamie pointed out, the ranch is actually making some money from market equities, money that they might well need. So while it looks to Beth, John, and the audience that Jamie is playing devil's advocate just to screw with the Dutton family interests, he's actually pointing them in a smart direction in terms of how to pick their battles. That is very layered and intelligent storytelling. Number 3, Chief Rainwater needs to look over his shoulder. The chief is a very savvy man, a strategic thinker, and frankly, he's been underutilized since season 2. He's spent 4 seasons studying John Dutton, determining when to stand up to him and when to align their interests together. But his decision not to meddle in the Montana governor's race has apparently made him a liability to the ruthless tribal lawyer Angela Blue Thunder, who clearly perceives that he doesn't have the spine to defend the tribe anymore. She's going to be coming for him, and it's going to be an incredible test of the chief's skills to hold her off. Number 2, the wolf killings are going to come back to bite the ranch. Don't ask us how this works. Somehow the Park Service monitors these wolves with special collars, but doesn't do squat when they wander out of the park onto other ranches to murder cattle left and right. But they will materialize to scream bloody murder when the wolves get off. So apparently that's a thing. Anywho, the bunkhouse boys screwed up by killing these wolves, who they didn't know were protected wolves, and now the cover-up will get exposed by the collars washing up in the tree branches of a creek. Won't that put a chill on the new governor's honeymoon? Speaking of which, number 1, how will Beth and John wield their new power? We noted previously that the show missed an opportunity in glossing over John's campaign because it would have been amazing to see him come to grips with the necessity of politically coexisting and playing the game in order to get what he wants. Evidently, we're supposed to believe that he got elected without ever having to engage in any of that. Not sure how realistic that is, but whatever. But we are seeing it now. In office, with the anti-developer agenda being all that he really cares about, John is now stuck having to learn how to acquire the leverage that he needs. Seeing John and Beth try to intimidate, finesse, and otherwise manage key members of the Montana legislature will add a new and stimulating element to this franchise. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.